The hospital hallways smelled of antiseptic and old coffee, the kind that had been sitting in the break room pot since morning rounds. The fluorescent lights buzzed overhead like dying insects trapped in glass, casting a sickly yellow pallor over everything. Lena sat on the edge of the narrow exam bed in room 7, the thin paper gown crinkling loudly with every small movement. Her hands rested on the gentle swell of her belly. 23 weeks. The baby finally big enough that strangers smiled when they noticed. She had been smiling too, until about 7 minutes ago. David stood against the wall near the sink, arms folded so tightly across his chest that the sleeves of his navy sweater pulled taut over his biceps. His jaw was locked in that familiar way, teeth pressed together, a muscle ticking under the skin. It was the same look he wore during tax season, during arguments with his mother, during any moment when he was trying very hard not to let fear show on his face. He kept glancing at the ultrasound machine in the corner, then at Lena, then at the closed door, as though willing the doctor to appear faster. The door opened, without a knock. Dr. Mira Nair stepped inside and closed it behind her with a soft, deliberate click. She didn't smile, she didn't ask how they were feeling today. She simply leaned her back against the door, arms crossed loosely, and looked at Lena for a long, terrible second before she spoke. "I need you to listen to me very carefully," she said. Her voice was low, almost intimate, the way people speak when they're delivering news they know will shatter someone's world. "And I need you to believe every single word I'm about to say. No filtering, no excuses, no second-guessing. Just hear me." David shifted his weight. The rubber sole of his sneaker squeaked against the tile. "Is something wrong with the baby?" he asked, voice rougher than usual. Dr. Nair didn't look at him. She kept her eyes locked on Lena's face. "I've been doing this for 23 years. High-risk obstetrics, complicated pregnancies. I've seen every kind of tragedy you can imagine. I've delivered stillborns. I've held women while they screamed that their body betrayed them. I've seen miracles too, babies who shouldn't have made it but did. But I have never asked a patient what I'm about to ask you." Lena felt the room become smaller, the air thicker. Her heartbeat thudded in her ears, loud enough that she wondered if David could hear it too. The doctor took one measured step forward. "Leave him." The 3 words dropped into the silence like stones into black water. David made a short, startled sound, half laugh, half choke. "Excuse me?" Dr. Nair ignored him entirely. "Tonight," she said, still looking only at Lena. "Pack 1 bag. 1. Take your prenatal vitamins, your passport, whatever cash you have in the house. Go to your sister's place in the next city. Go to a hotel under your maiden name. Go to a women's shelter if you have to. Just leave. Do not tell him where you're going. Do not answer his calls. Do not let him find you. Do not go home first if he's there. Do not wait until morning." Lena's mouth had gone completely dry. Her tongue felt glued to the roof of her mouth. "Doctor," David began, voice rising, taking a half step forward. "Shut up," Dr. Nair snapped. The sudden cold steel in her tone made both of them flinch. "You do not speak right now. You do not move closer. You stay exactly where you are." She turned back to Lena, softer again but no less urgent. "I've seen something on the ultrasound today that I have only seen twice before in my entire career. Both of those women are dead. Both died within 6 months of delivery. Both times the husband had been injecting a substance into the prenatal vitamins for months. Both times the toxicology report came back far too late to save them." David's arms dropped limply to his sides. Lena couldn't breathe. The paper gown felt suddenly paper-thin, like it might tear if she inhaled too deeply. The doctor reached into the front pocket of her white coat and pulled out a single, small photograph. She held it between 2 fingers like it might burn her skin. She didn't hand it to Lena. She simply let her see it. A tiny, almost innocent-looking glass vial. No label. Clear liquid inside. The photograph had been taken with a phone camera, slightly blurry, slightly angled, but the background was unmistakable. The second shelf of their bathroom medicine cabinet, right next to David's electric razor, her makeup wipes, the blue bottle of mouthwash they both used. Lena's heart made a sick, sliding lurch inside her chest. I had the ultrasound tech zoom in on your abdomen while you were changing in the next room. I saw the needle mark pattern, fresh, very small, very precise. The same pattern I've seen in those other two women. Same spacing, same angle, same deliberate care. She finally turned her head toward David. "You are very good," she said. The words were calm, almost admiring. "Very clean, very patient. Most men slip up much sooner. They get sloppy. They leave evidence lying around. You didn't." David's face had gone the color of wet paper. His lips moved, but no sound came out first. Lena stared at her husband, the man who kissed her forehead every morning before he left for work, the man who cried, actual tears, when she showed him the positive pregnancy test, the man who still sometimes reached for her hand under the table at restaurants, lacing their fingers together like they were teenagers sneaking around. He opened his mouth again. "Baby," his voice cracked, "you know me. You know I would never hurt you. You know I love you. You know I love our baby. Please." Lena stood up. The paper gown made a loud, ridiculous crinkle that seemed to echo in the tiny room. She looked at Dr. Nair, then she looked at the closed door, then she looked at the man she had promised forever to. She took one shaking breath, and she walked straight past him. She didn't run, she didn't scream, she just walked, bare feet cold against the tile, the paper gown flapping behind her like broken wings. Dr. Nair fell in step beside her immediately, one hand hovering near Lena's elbow without quite touching. Behind them, David made one raw, shattered sound. "Lena!" She didn't turn around. She kept walking, down the hallway, past the wide-eyed nurse who froze mid-step with a clipboard in her hand, past the two security guards who stepped aside without a word, their radios crackling softly. She walked until she reached the elevator bank. Only then did she let herself start shaking so violently that her knees buckled. Dr. Nair caught her elbow, steady, warm, strong. "I've got you," she said quietly. "I've got you." The elevator doors slid open. Lena stepped inside. The doors closed, and for the first time in 11 weeks, maybe longer, she finally let herself believe that maybe, just maybe, both she and the baby were going to live.